As far as is Gunna a snitch or not, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit is some semi-snitching type of shit. I ain't gonna front. Now listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck about who snitching, who not snitching. Listen, I'm not as much as in the streets as I was in my maybe teenage years. So whatever I've grown, evolved, and all that shit, I don't give a fuck who snitching, who ain't snitching. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't doing crime with none of these niggas anyway. So who gives a fuck, right? I'm only here for the music. I can separate personal life. I don't care about these niggas. But that shit is some snitch shit, bro. Come on, like, motherfucker, they ask you questions, and I granted it was probably best interest of your freedom and your legal team to, you know, to get you out. But for you to say, yes, ma'am, when she goes, it was YSL a gang, you know, have you seen them do crimes and stuff like that? Boom. You already snitching, right? Now, it's semi-snitching. You're not snitching on anybody in particular, but now, since you a part of YSL, they taking it at face value to say, all right, well, if he's a part, you can't, Young Thug and whoever else is still locked up can't no longer say YSL is not a gang. Boom. Then you say, yo, I was in the car, it's just me and him in this car, but hey, the gun ain't mine. I ain't mad at that because it's like, yo, that's that one I ain't mad at. But you did just snitch on your dog, though. You know what I mean? But he can just say, yo, that gun ain't mine either. And then it just goes back to, well, whose car did it belong to and da-da-da-da-da, but, you know, whatever. There's just a lot of shit on there that I'm like, bruh, they snitching. They ain't not letting that nigga off that easy simply because basically I think what's going to happen is if Gunna get out, like, since he's out, like, if Thug decides to take it to trial, they're going to use him as a pawn against Thug to say, all right, well, nigga, if you decide to take this to trial, we going to put him on the stand because he has to go on the stand. And they're not just gonna let you off scot-free, even though everybody thinks yo Gunna don't really have shit to do with it, which I also believe that too. But they're not just letting you out when they could just let you sit. It don't work like that. I get they said yo he could plead the Fifth Amendment and all this shit. I doubt it. But just to answer the question, there's some semi-snitch shit that's happening. Would I put Gunna in the category of a snitch? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Gunna, but I like the last album he dropped. I thought that shit was fire, but bro, that's some snitching ass shit. But like, you know, the definition of snitching is like being changed, it's being altered. And I just heard an interview weeks ago with T.I. said he had to snitch on his dead homies to get out. Like, it's just, bruh, stay out the streets, cause niggas gonna save themselves at the end of the day, bruh. So like, just stay out the streets, stay out that whole type of shit, man. If you ain't built for it, but. Yeah, that shit looking nasty, man. That whole video of Gunna, and I know they put out a press statement. You know, I see his PR team trying to do some damage control. No, I will not cooperate. I will not all that shit. That video looking a little sus, my boy. But we gotta give you the snitching jacket, bro. Sorry, like, but and listen, listen. Do what you want to get your freedom. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with none of these niggas. I don't give a fuck about how you do what you do. If you had to snitch to get out. You know, I do honestly feel like, yo, if you was involved in some shit and you was heavily involved and you got pinched, just wear your shit. You ain't got to bring down the whole unit and everybody else who was involved in whatever miscellaneous activities y'all was doing. But, you know, I don't think, and I think we all can say this, I don't think Gunna was involved. I think he probably got signed to said label, and, you know, It's like it's the same shit with Tekashi, bro. You're joining a sinking ship. You just don't know that it's sinking, right? Tekashi went with the Treyway and Blood Gang. Them niggas been investigated since fucking like 2009 or some shit. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? The feds had years of investigation on these niggas. So by the time you joined, they was already finna. The Ricos is coming. You just joined, and now they felt like, oh shit, we got our star witness. Same shit with Gunna. They said they was doing phone taps and doing all this shit to Thug since like 2013. So they been on him. So these Ricos been coming. So I think Gunna just joined. Like I said, you just joined the sinking ship, bro. You didn't know it was sinking, and then boom, now you get hit with some shit. You like, fuck, shit going down. But you know. But just to answer the question straight up, I think it is some snitch shit that's going on. Plus, you got it's no reason why the state would just let you out without zero cooperation. It doesn't help them for any reason. And I'm not telling them to keep that nigga in there. I'm just saying, just you got to think logically. The state is trying to get you to do time, get numbers off you, even though you're still not the top guy. They want is Thug, obviously. Gunna ain't the top nigga they want, but you still a pawn in the game where I could use you to get to that nigga or this and that and make y'all both stuff. It's just, you just gotta think logically. He's probably gonna have to sit on the stand if they take it to trial. I don't think Thug's gonna take it to trial because the evidence is there, but is Gunna on some snitching shit? Yes. Let's just call it a buck. And I don't know, I just feel like niggas is just going too crazy with all this, like, the definition of snitching is just, it's especially when you're a rapper, right? Like, I'm a rapper, right? But, like, you know, niggas looking at it now like any contact with police is snitching. But, I do think what Gunna did is some snitching shit. It's like semi-snitching. You ain't pointing at a nigga, but you just like, he kind of did, it's some snitch shit, bro. I'm just leaving it at that. That's my opinion. I don't care who feel what way. The nigga snitching, man.